The Hot Toys Artisan line is doomed. That's right, I said it. And how about that for a clickbait headline to start off the new year? I know, there are several of you out there that have run to grab your 6-scale torches and pitchforks at the very thought of me making such an outrageous claim. But as you know, I don't show up without doing my research, and of course, there has to be some evidence behind such an incendiary claim, right? Well, welcome back everyone, because we have a lot to talk about. Well, what's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel for our season premiere. That's right, baby, I am back to once again cause havoc on your timelines. But if it's your first time checking out this channel and you're wondering what exactly I'm talking about, well, I'll give you a quick 15-second recap. About 2 months ago, I took a little break to help deal with my seasonal affective disorder, which is a real thing, and recharge my batteries. If I wasn't able to produce quality content and enjoy doing so, then I felt I wasn't going to put out half-ass videos into your feed. I value each and every one of my almost 11,000 subscribers, and you all deserved better than that. I didn't want to just make content for content's sake, so if you want genuine, thought-out, hot take commentary on all things collecting, then make sure to give me a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But that is enough housekeeping. We got some pressing issues that have to be addressed. So, while so many collectors out there are fawning over the Artisan Joker and the Artisan Jack Sparrow that was recently released, I am approaching it with a much more cautious take. And what I'm trying to say is that I'm not exactly impressed, nor do I think that the Artisan line we think it will live up to the standard that we are expecting as more releases start to trickle out. But why? Why, Kiko, would you make such an outrageous claim? Well, it's actually quite simple, my dear friends, and that is because there have been just too many reveals and too few releases to warrant our undying loyalty at this time. In short, they have shown too much coming, but have not followed up with the results proportionally, in my opinion, of course. Now, to understand this little predicament, we must first acknowledge the origins of the Artisan line. This premium brand from Hot Toys was introduced as a direct response to the emerging competition from InArt, a company that promised to redefine the collectible figure industry with its meticulous craftsmanship, rooted hair, hyper-realistic sculpts, exceptional tailoring, and innovative use of magnets and bases. These features challenged Hot Toys by raising the bar for quality and innovation, forcing them, and what do you know? They responded by putting out their Artisan line that featured meticulous craftsmanship, rooted hair, hyper-realistic sculpts, exceptional tailoring, and innovative use of magnets and bases. Shocking, right? So here is a rare InArt W, pushing competition around and allowing them to be better. Slow clap for y'all. The Artisan line was obviously conceived to maintain Hot Toys' position at the forefront of the market, offering unparalleled quality and detail that would appeal to a collector and be comparable, and sometimes even a better value than InArt. At its core, the Artisan line was a statement, an assertion that Hot Toys could meet and exceed the standards set by any competitor. However, this ambitious venture has exposed some significant challenges that are inherent to producing high-end collectibles at scale. You know, both Hot Toys and InArt have discovered a harsh reality. Producing premium artisan-level figures at scale is an incredibly demanding endeavor. InArt itself has become a meme within itself after their botch of the Batman release, but we'll save my InArt rant for another video. And if you do want to see that, let me know down in the comments. I won't hold back. But back to Hot Toys. Hot Toys has long been known for its extensive delays in releasing standard figures. Some legendary releases like Gamora, Hulkbuster, and others went well past 2 years from their expected release date. And even now, thanks to our data friend Jurgen Schultz, we are starting off 2025 with 12 figures already late. But I know these are just estimates. It comes when it comes, some collectors may say. Yeah, fine, whatever. But the Artisan line could push these delays to unprecedented levels, because what do you notice on that list? Artisan Anakin, coupled with Artisan Wanda right behind him. With a constant barrage of new reveals, this has created a backlog that, in my opinion, is going to be unsustainable and frustrating for collectors in the very near future. Why? Because too many reveals, too little delivery. Check out my own little chart here. As you can see, we have 12 official releases and one potential right around the corner with that Winter Soldier tease. These are all listed in order, with Anakin and Joker being the first two. And I know we've already gotten 3 out of the gate, with one Jack Sparrow being super early. Victory, you may say, right? Well, let's hold on. The Imposter Joker was not on anyone's radar, and to be fair, simply kind of reused and modified the actual Joker head sculpt that we eventually got. So they're getting a freebie on that one. The Jack Sparrow is almost identical to the original DX-15. Fight me on that. So not a lot of resources would need to go and develop something new for that. So the only one true release and reworked figure we got is the Artisan Joker, which took 16 months. Now Anakin, they say, is right around the corner, supposedly, but once again, like Jack Sparrow, is seemingly only modifying the head sculpt of an existing figure. So once again, not a lot of resources need to be allocated to that figure. So in 2023, we got 3 Artisan announcements and 0 releases. That's fine, that can be expected. But in 2024, we got 9 announcements and 3 releases. Kind of. So we're going to have to do a little bit of speculation here next, based on the little amount of data that we do have. In 2024, Hot Toys put out 25% of their total Artisan reveals. I'm sure they will ramp up in 2025, but I'm sure they will also do the same with their reveals. Let's just be generous and say they want to reveal 30% more figures, from 9 to 12, for 2025. Let's also be conservative and expect that they will release more than double what they did last year. That leaves you, hypothetically of course, with a growing number of figures unreleased at the end of each year. And if that spread, as you can see here in this chart, continues to grow year over year, regardless of scaling, you will run into a number that is simply insurmountable. Now, of course, I don't know how many people work at Hot Toys. I don't know what Howard Chan is planning, and maybe they've already put this into consideration, and they factored in all these scenarios into play, and they're not worried. But I have concerns myself, to say the least. So all that to say, to me, one of the Artisan line most glaring issue is the sheer volume of reveals compared to the actual figures that make it to market. Each reveal generates excitement and anticipation, but these emotions quickly give way to frustration as release dates are pushed back repeatedly. This disconnects between promises and delivery, and it erodes the trust among collectors, leading many to question the viability of the entire line. Sounds awfully like another 1/6 company I know. Anyway, so what is going to happen here? Well, here are 4 possible outcomes that, given the challenges facing the Artisan line, that we can reasonably anticipate. The first is a downgrade in quality. In an attempt to meet production deadlines, Hot Toys may be forced to compromise on the quality that defines this new Artisan line. This could mean that less intricate detailing, cheaper materials, or reduced quality control. Stuff to think about, but while this approach might expedite production, it would undermine the Artisan line's reputation for excellence and alienate its core audience of high-end collectors and lead more people to just wait for in-art. We also could see fewer reveals, and maybe even some cancellations. To manage expectations and streamline the production, Hot Toys may choose to scale back significantly on these new reveals. This would likely mean a slower trickle of new products, with some previously announced figures getting quietly canceled. Hey, they've done it before. Such a strategy might help the company focus its resources, but could also, once again, frustrate collectors who have been eagerly anticipating specific figures. But it's never a problem until it's your figure that gets axed, eh? But what about lower production numbers? Is that a possibility? Maybe. Another strategy could be involve limiting the production runs for each figure by reducing the number of units produced. Instead of 3,000, maybe only 1,000. Hot Toys could maintain that high quality while managing production timelines more effectively that way. However, this could create a mess, driving up aftermarket prices and potentially outpricing many collectors who would otherwise be interested, but because these additions are so limited, they don't want to have to deal with that or the scalpers. And lastly, I think much longer times to deliver is the most probable scenario. An extension of the production timelines definitely needs to be considered. Look at this chart again that I made. Since introducing Anakin and the Joker, the estimated arrival windows have actually gone down To ensure quality and meet the standards set by the Artisan line, Hot Toys may need to take a more conservative approach when it comes to these actual releases. Now, we know nothing yet, so we're not for sure, but while this approach would preserve the integrity of the line, it demands an extraordinary amount of patience for collectors. And truly, that is what separates a lot of real collectors from the casuals. A lot of people on the fringe of this hobby lose interest very quickly. We all know that. Everyone gave InArt shit for their missteps, and I'd expect the backlash against Hot Toys to be equally comical amongst collectors. So, we need to accept a little bit of reality. As collectors, we must come to terms with the likelihood of prolonged wait times. A scary thing to think about, I know. It comes when it comes. That's part of it. I know. While frustrating, this outcome at least preserves the integrity of the Artisan line's commitment to excellence. However, we should not be surprised if we see a combination of the other outcomes as well. Possibly downgrades in quality, reduced reveals, and cancellations are all on the table and could play out in the next coming years because unless Hot Toys has something up their sleeve, the announcement to release ratio is not sustainable. While innovation involves creative engineering solutions such as magnetic joints and silicon bodies and other advanced systems out there, these elements, while impressive, require significant resources and time, making it a challenge to sustain at scale. And this is all new for Hot Toys. It's just a reality. And as much as we admire the artistry and the craftsmanship behind these figures, we gotta recognize that these elements take time to perfect. Are you okay with that? Does InArt and Hot Toys both just need to level set on how long these figures are actually going to take to produce and distribute? Well, the competition between Hot Toys and InArt may have sparked a race to the top, but this race is proving to be a marathon rather than a sprint. Well, that's going to do it for us here today. Is the Artisan line truly doomed? I don't know, but it's not looking great in my opinion, but that's my opinion. What is yours? Let me know down in those comments below. As I said at the start of this video, it is great to be back. I look forward to providing you with high quality, thought-provoking content that you simply will not find on any other channel. So if that's your thing, make sure that you are subscribed. Until next time, happy collecting, happy new year, and I'll be seeing you real soon in our next video.